everyone, it's Deja from knitandcrocheteverafter.com. Today is the Slammin Shells stitch pattern. Really easy stitch pattern. You're going to love it. Download the pattern below. I'll talk more about the sample when we are done with the stitches, and let's get started. Okay, so the multiple for the stitch pattern is 4 plus 1. So however wide you want it, times by 4 and add 1. So I did a foundation chain of 13 just so we can get through it fast, because this is a 5-row repeat. It's pretty easy once you get it, but you know, well, not really a 5-row. We'll do 5 rows. It's a 4-row repeat. But to start, we're going to do a lot of double crochets. So we're going to do 4 double crochets in the 5th chain from our hook. So we're going to skip 4 and do 4 in the 5th. And that's going to create our first fan. And already I'm out of slack. I hate when it all falls on the floor. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to skip 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 4 double crochets again. So that's the pattern repeat, or the stitch repeat across, is skipping 3 and doing 4 double crochets. Mess here. And then it's just going to be a little different at the end. We're not going to do a 4 total at the end. So once you hit your end, you'll skip the 3 again, and you'll have 1 chain left over, and you're going to do just 3 double crochets in that last chain. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're ready for row 2, which is just a bunch of single crochets. So for row 2, we're going to chain 1, and we are literally single crocheting in every stitch across, including our turning chain at the very end. So just single crochet, which I like. It gives you a little break, and single crochets are easy. Don't have to count anything. And it was real cockadoodle the way that the shells turn out after that first row, but once you do the single crochets, it kind of puts them all in line and makes it more rectangular. So that was the last double crochet of this fan. Now I need to do 1 in this turning chain. That keeps our stitch count correct, so make sure you don't forget your turning chain when you're making those single crochets. For row 3, we're going to make our fans offset. So we're going to start with a chain 3, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets in that next stitch. So not in the same, but just in the next stitch. We're going to do 2 double crochets. And then we're going to start the repeat again of skipping 3 and doing 4 double crochets in the one after. So it's technically that first leg of the fan below. So we're going to do 4, and the end's going to be a little different again, because we're going to have kind of a interesting ending. So we'll skip 3, 1, 2, 3, do our 4 here. No chains in between or anything, that's what makes them fan out. Okay, then we have 2 stitches right on the end, and we're going to skip 1 and do a double crochet in that very last one. Then we're ready for row 4, which is going to be a bunch of single crochets again. So we're going to single crochet all the way across and in that turning chain over here to get the right amount of stitches, and we'll come back for row 5. Okay, so for row 5, we're going to offset our fans again, just kind of basically a repeat of row 1. We're going to do 3 chains, and we're going to skip the next 3 stitches, including that very first one. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to work 4 double crochets in that next stitch to create the next fan. Then again, we're going to skip 3 and do another 4 all the way across. 2, 3, our fourth. And then we already have hit our final stitches after this. And just kind of look below to see what you should do next if you don't want to pull out your pattern, if you're watching TV, because you're gonna do the same thing that's down here, which was 3 double crochets in that last stitch. So we're skipping the last 3 and doing 3 in the last stitch. And then you're just gonna repeat rows 2 through 5. You're gonna do single crochets on the wrong side and the fans on the right side. I did some striping on mine, so I did the pink and cream offset. I did cut the ends and weave them in because it's a really tall run if you're going to run up the sides. So unless you're putting a border on it, I would cut them and weave them in. This is with no blocking. This is in 5mm H hook with worsted weight cotton. It's very dense, so if you want drapeability, is that a word? I don't know. Get a bigger hook and softer yarn. Otherwise, this would make good washcloth material, scrubbies for your makeup. So that is our Slammin Shells stitch pattern. I'm Deja with knitandcrocheteverafter.com, and thank you for watching.